So, Mihlali Ndamase owes the South African Revenue Services over over R500,000 in unpaid tax. Let's get into it. Hi guys, my name is Asanda Kati and welcome to my YouTube channel where I give you my opinions and takes on trending topics happening globally. So, today in the morning I saw an MDN news piece on Mihlali Ndamase. And I will say now an international beauty influencer after she worked with Fenty, and they were basically detailing indaba yakhe yaka SARS. Allegedly, uMahlali is now expected to pay 580,000 rand, which is over $500,000 in unpaid tax. Right? So Sunday World was the one that actually distributes the article. They broke the news, and they, according to Sunday World, Mati Mahlali owed SARS 490,000, right, which is just a little under $500,000. And a year ago they basically told her that she needs to pay it. Failure to comply led to penalties being added onto the money, to the point where 85,000 rand was added, and then interest was added on the amount, right? So now she needs to pay 580,000 rand, right? And allegedly it was issued June. SARS issued this letter, this claim on June. They basically gave her in telling her you owe us A, B, C, D, and failure to comply will lead to a court order, right? And Mahlali allegedly failed to comply, right? So now they have officially given out a letter of demand where she needs to pay, or if she doesn't pay, her assets will be auctioned off and people that owe her money will have to directly pay SARS, right? And it's like, I don't understand. I feel bad for her, but at the same time, I don't understand. As a person who has a big brand to the point where you were even working with Fenty, which means that you're a brand across all borders. You've been in Forbes under 30 as the most paid influencer in South Africa once upon a time, and you're owing SARS though. You're owing SARS. My point is this: you have a big enough brand in order for you to hire an accountant, or go to SARS yourself, because there have been so many different cases of celebrities being Dr. Malinga, allegedly Babes Odumo, allegedly she almost had an issue with them, but she blocked it. Who else? Who had a big problem? Yeah, Dr. Malinga, but there was someone else who had Mamkhize. There's always like a year. Even Somizi allegedly also had a problem with SARS. Like every single year, there's always at least one, almost at least one news source talking about a celebrity going under because of SARS. You don't think after all these years of being in the industry, it's been over a decade, if I'm not mistaken, you would probably go and get an accountant who's going to look through those things, get a lawyer, and also like follow up yourself, because now you're in debt, and you'd think with all this information going out there about SARS, people will take due caution. Like they'll make due diligence to make sure they don't get in the same financial woes. However, my accountants can be very tricky, right? And I don't think Mihlali is stupid enough not to have someone look over that. I believe she has been taking out a portion for SARS, and the same thing that happened to Steve Harvey basically happened to her, in the sense that she was paying an accountant to pay SARS, and probably the accountant was just taking the money and eating it himself, which is why it's also important to do a follow-up at SARS, like even if you don't have time, but you make time for these things, because these things could potentially ruin your life. And I believe she's not paying SARS not because she doesn't want to, but because she probably doesn't have the funds. That's over $500,000. She's just a woman making money on YouTube. She doesn't trend every week like she used to. She's not doing brand campaigns like she used to. Like I don't believe that she's boasting more than $500,000 a year anymore. But maybe 250,000 every 6 months. Okay, then that makes $500,000. But like maybe 300K a year. I believe right now, as far as I'm looking at her, because now I don't see her doing any after the stunt she pulled with Fenty Beauty, where she basically was liking. Okay, this is the stunt, right? She went to do a Fenty Beauty ad with Rihanna, and then she posted the picture on her Instagram, and people on Instagram were basically saying she's prettier than Rihanna, and all the negative comments that were thrown at Rihanna by her audience. She liked the comments. She didn't call it to order. She didn't say like, guys, Rihanna just gave me a phenomenal opportunity. I love her. I respect her. Please don't, spread mean, hateful things about her. Or not even like, and then Fenty Beauty basically removed her from every media promotional activity that she had with them that was out there. And after that, she just went down, Oh no, and also, guys, please, like, negative publicity is not always good publicity. It's that guy, Leroy Sitambe, or whatever, the guy that was married allegedly at the time when they were dating. He was married, and then he was separated with his partner, with his wife at the time, and then he dated Umahlali, and then they were like flaunting their relationship on social media. And I think like people were just angry at her, and then she lost the support ending from women, because women believe in the whole like, sticking together, and women are not, a lot of women, and a large majority of women look down on side chicks and look down on women that are actively dating another woman's partner or husband, So Shubile. And okay, so basically I was telling that story because after that, like, she started training for the wrong reasons, and brands don't like associating themselves with mess, So she used her trend basically for her YouTube channel, but YouTube doesn't pay that much. Like, YouTube doesn't pay that much to the point where she could recover financially without brand support, allegedly. So I don't think she's failing to pay because she doesn't want to. I think she's failing to pay because she doesn't have the money. Right now, she's not doing well. Like, the past 3 years have not been as good for her financially. So my heart goes out to her, but at the same time, I feel like she should have checked. She should have done more. But I can't be judging because I don't know what's happening ngaphakathi, I don't know, because akwazi ukuthi umuntu onamabhizinisi onemali kangaka akacabanganga ukukhokhela uSARS. That's the first thing you think about, So ungathola ukuthi ngaphakathi maybe she did pay, and maybe SARS is being greedy. Maybe she feels like that. Maybe she feels like her financial evaluation, she gave them all of her bank statements and just the financial evaluation. Maybe she was also maybe a lawyer also advised her to know they can't really do this. This is the amount that they can bill you for as per the law, and she basically wants them to take it to court so that the lawyer can basically say, yo, Uganje. And unfortunately, guys, SARS is powerful. SARS is a multi-billion rand company. Okay, and it's not a private company. It's obviously state owned, but it has billions funding them. They can get the top dog lawyers. Like, I feel like it's silly of her to feel like if they take it to court, she'll win, because chances are she will not. Mamkhize did the same thing. Mamkhize had all the money. She has a house that looks like a freaking mall in Umhlanga, the richest capital place in Durban, and she still lost. She lost everything, allegedly. So what makes you think you're gonna be different, Mahlali? I don't know. What's this? Are these goodies? Anyway, what do you guys think? Tell me in the comment section if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, tell me in the comment section. If you do agree with me, please press the like. And for more of my takes on celebrity topics, please do subscribe. Thank you for watching.